University.
It's a homecoming tonight for several Baltimore Orioles, including Morris High School's Adam Jones, a 2009 AL All-Star and Gold Glove winner. Padres starter Wade LeBlanc has won his last 2 starts and allowed 2 runs or less in each of his last 3 outings. It's a different hero from the Padres cast of characters every night. Who might it be tonight as interleague play continues? It is a gorgeous Friday night at Petco Park in San Diego as we gear up for Game 1 of a 3-game series. It's the 3rd ever series and the first in 3 years between the Baltimore Orioles and the San Diego Padres. It is terrific to have you in the booth with Mark Dealey and Mark Grant. And Mud, at 30 games under 500, the Orioles just can't seem to get anything going on any given night.
Nothing is going the O's way in this 2010 campaign. They're tough with the pitching. It's tough to get good pitching. They're giving up a lot of runs. Dave Tremblay, the manager, was fired earlier in the year. Juan Samuel is trying to right the ship. Not a lot of things going right now for the Baltimore Orioles.
And getting pitching, when they get the good pitching, they don't get the hitting. When they get the hitting, they don't get the pitching. The same old story for a team that's putting up the losses.
Well, the name of this game, I know it sounds funny, folks, but you have to score more runs to the opposition. That's how you win games. Okay, now, we get into the differential. What does the negative 134 mean for the Baltimore Orioles? Well, hang with me here. Orioles have allowed 348 runs, 4th most in the majors. They've only scored 214 runs this year, tied for the fewest in the majors with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Now, for the Baltimore pitchers, they're going out there thinking, you know what? I've got to throw a shutout every single time to try to win a ball game. Now, this is a bad combination for Baltimore. Why? Well, the San Diego Padres have the best ERA in all of Major League Baseball with a 3.06. It's going to be a tough series for the Baltimore Orioles, but the Padres got to play them like they're a first-place team.
You know, the hill for the Orioles tonight, former USD Torero Brian Mattis is making the start. And Mattis, former first-round pick of the Orioles this season, won his first 2 decisions, but is winless in his last 10 starts. Mattis did go a career-high 8 innings in his last start Sunday against the Mets, and he'll go up against Padre left-hander Wade LeBlanc. The pitching matchup is brought to you by Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Wade LeBlanc gunning for his 3rd consecutive win. He's allowed only 1 run total in his last 2 starts. And the first pitch between the Orioles and Padres is straight ahead. Great Friday night here at Petco Park for game one of this three-game series between the Padres and Baltimore Orioles. And home of the free photo termite inspection. You can see proof of your termite problem with your own eyes. Call Corky's at 1-800-901-1102. Closed captioning brought to you by Corky's. Take a look at the starting lineup brought to you by Floor Trader. Pay way less for your flooring and take it home today. Now open in Lemon Grove. And leading off for the Orioles, it'll be Patterson. Tejada Markakis batting in the 3 spot. He's been hot with a .381 average in his last half dozen. San Diegan Ty Wigington in the cleanup spot. Then another San Diegan, Adam Jones, Wieters, Lugo, Izturis, and the pitcher Mattis batting ninth.
Well, Wade LeBlanc, the left-hander on the mound for San Diego, and he has been throwing the ball quite well the last 2 times out. 13 innings combined, 11 hits, only 1 earned run, and he's been keeping the walks to a minimum.
Starting pitcher profile brought to you by the Mark Condos. Luxurious downtown San Diego condos from the 300s. Go to the marksandiego.com. First pitch missing, and we are underway on this Friday night. Left fielder Corey Patterson takes a strike from LeBlanc. Patterson, Tejada, and Markakis, the top 3 in the order for the O's. In the air, center field, and Denorfia a bit to his left under it to make the catch, and that's the way this one begins. Take a look at the Pods defense, brought to you by Tiger Turf. Tiger up your lawn with Tiger Turf, the world's best-selling synthetic turf. Visit mytigerturf.com today. Denorfia in center, flanked by Scott Hairston and Aaron Cunningham, with Jerry Jr. at short, Eckstein at second, Adrian and Headley on the corners, and Torey Alba catching tonight.
That's been one of the things the Padres have hung their hat on this year, is their defense. And Bud Black just gets bombarded with questions about the pitching, great pitching, but, you know, the defense sometimes gets overlooked.
Pitching and defense go hand in hand, don't they?
Absolutely. It's been a good year for the Padres in those categories.
Torey Alba back behind the plate. Miguel Tejada takes a fastball strike at 88 miles per hour.
I don't know whether Tejada is mad at the call or just amazed that he didn't swing at that pitch. Pretty darn good pitch at 88 from LeBlanc. He'll run it. He'll change up on it. He'll throw the curveball. He'll try to cut it on the inside part of the plate to the righties.
Tejada out to left center field, and Scott Hairston on the run curls into the left center alley to make the catch.
You know, I was just going to say those 2 balls off the bat. Not tonight. Not here. Corey Patterson hits one to deep center field. And this one, you can see the route by Scott Hairston. The bottom line is he gets the job done. 2 quick outs for the lefty Wade LeBlanc.
So the 2 fly ball outs brings up the right fielder Nick Markakis with the average right at the 300 mark. Now Markakis, a left-handed hitter, but hits left-handed pitching very well. In fact, no left-handed batter is hitting lefties better in the major leagues than Markakis, hitting lefties at a 365 mark.
We'll have to keep an eye on him this series to see if he keeps that front shoulder locked in. There are a lot of lefties on. Lefties will open up with that front side, and they're exposed to the pitches away. They can't get to him. Looks like Markakis hangs in there. And once again, LeBlanc, he's not a guy like a Randy Johnson or a Sandy Koufax out there who's going to intimidate you. So probably staying tough against the lefty LeBlanc.
Off the outside edge, 2 balls and a strike.
You know, I looked at this Baltimore Oriole offense and team. They have been outscored in every single inning. Hence the 18-48 record.
Fouled out of play left side. Yeah, you would think just mathematically 1 out of the 9 innings would be their inning over the opponent, but they're getting whitewashed in all of them.
Except extra innings. They're outscoring their opponents 8-6 in extra innings. I mean, if there's a silver lining, you know.
They want to get at the extras.
Yeah.
You saw Juan Samuel, the interim manager at Markakis, just takes it through the left side, and he has a 2-out base hit. There's Juan Samuel, who took over as the interim manager after the firing of Dave Trimbley just a few weeks ago on Friday, June 4th. Samuel Again, has the interim tag, and apparently the Orioles, Andy McPhail, their president, who happens to be here at the ball game, they've already talked with Buck Showalter, Bobby Valentine, I believe Eric Wedge. They have indicated that they would like a veteran manager, and may not make their decision for a while, maybe not even till the end of the season. Here's Ty Wigington. A lot of Orioles with San Diego connections, including Wigington, who was born and raised here, 95 grad at Chula Vista High School. Played baseball and football there. In fact, his family, longtime Padres season ticket holders when he was growing up. And Ty Wigington has been one of the pleasant surprises for the Orioles this year.
Well, they were banking on some youngsters coming through this year for the Orioles. You know, and the veteran guys you see on this team are getting a little long in the tooth.
Low liner to third and caught at the shoe tops by Headley to end the inning. A base hit by Markakis. He is stranded, and the Padres coming up. Food in your diet with the Hawaiian Teriyaki Chicken Sandwich. To the home half of the first. And University of San Diego Torero, Brian Mattis making the start for the Orioles tonight. And his first pitch is outside to Eck.
You know, we've got a couple of left-handers working tonight that are kind of out of the same mold. You see the numbers from Mattis. Not a hard thrower.
Starting pitcher profile brought to you by the all-new Cadillac SRX, the Cadillac of crossovers.
He throws a fastball, a changeup, a curve, and a slider.
In at the knees to Eckstein.
Well, he's got to be excited, huh? His coach, Rich Hill of the USD Toreros, is in the building, and he's going to be joining us in the third inning.
Falls behind, 3 balls and a strike. Mattis was the first overall pick of the Orioles, 4th overall in the 2008 draft. So he made a very rapid ascent to the major leagues, making his debut late last year. Made 8 starts in 09 for the Orioles. His 3-2 pitch, and Egg puts it on the ground to the right side. Julio Lugo throws him out, 1 gone. Padre lineup brought to you by Alpine Rock and Block. Start your next backyard project with Alpine Rock and Block. Denorfia batting in the 2 spot tonight for the first time, behind Eck, who has that average over 300 in his career against the Orioles. Then Adrian Hairston batting cleanup. Scott Hairston, Torrealba, Headley, the Jerry Hairston, Cunningham, and LeBlanc. Well, Denorfia batting second. Bud was asked about that before the game, and he brought up the fact that Denorfia has career-wise hit well against lefties, and he likes the fact that Denorfia brings a little speed to the top of the order. So that's the reason Denorfia is getting the start and batting in the 2 spot tonight.
Generally speaking, he puts the ball in play as well. If in fact there would be a runner on first base, a little bat control goes a long way in the number 2 spot.
Denorfia, who's been up just over a month now, came up on May 17th. Up and away from Mattis on the fastball, and it's a 2-ball, 2-strike count.
You know, Mattis is going to top out about 91, 92 on that fastball, so he's got to be sharp with his location.
Full count. Denorfia playing now in his 27th Padre game. Breaks his bat, and a 1-hopper Tejada keeps his feet and throws across 2 away. This defense brought to you by Mercedes-Benz. Patterson, Jones, and Markakis in the outfield. Tejada is Torres, Lugo, Wigginton, and Wieters. Very high thought of young catcher for the Orioles.
Yeah, a lot of pub about the catcher for the Orioles in a couple of years when he was drafted, and there's a youngster. And talking to the Baltimore Oriole radio and TV guys, you know, even though this team is struggling and he's going to go through some struggles, he's going to be a good one.
Adrian, with the bases empty, takes just a hair inside, apparently, according to plate umpire Chris Guccione. See the .393 on base percentage for Adrian.
You know, Mark, looking at these notes for the Baltimore Orioles before the game, I'm going down these notes, and with every other line, I'm saying, oh, my gosh, that's terrible. And then the next pair, oh, my gosh. It's just been
tragic.
Oh.
They've had so many injuries, and no doubt position player-wise, the most significant, Brian Roberts, who is still out with the back problem. Their closer, Mike Gonzalez, has been out. So there have been a lot of issues that cost Dave Tremblay his job, and that now Juan Samuel is dealing with.
You know, we're fortunate to have a guy like Adrian Gonzalez playing first base for the San Diego Padres. His average, his home runs, his Gold Gloves. How about this little nugget? The Orioles have yet to get a home run from one of their first basemen this year.
So Mattis, who had taken a 3-ball count to every hitter so far, walks Adrian with 2 away. And Scan mentioned this during the pregame show, but the first inning has been the one that has caused the most problems for Mattis. He's had some problems getting out of the gate. And sometimes there are pitchers, and maybe it's not just young pitchers, but that the first inning can be a problem.
Whether it's the mound they're getting used to or whether it's the game mode. I mean, their arm's probably loose because they've taken all their warm-ups and getting loose in the bullpen, but it's a whole different scenario out when there's an umpire, a catcher, and a batter in the box. Some guys just have that little bit of first inning blues, that hurdle to get over.
Scotty at 226 with 7 home runs. He enters tonight with a 4-game hitting streak. Peek over at Adrian. Foul back. Yeah, Mattis has allowed more runs in the first inning than any other inning he has pitched. He's allowed 10 first inning runs so far in 2010. Mattis, who said he witnessed a lot of games here at Petco Park as a fan, but is playing here for the first time ever. And it is a significant achievement for him as a result of that.
I mean, there's a big difference between pitching at Cunningham Stadium at USC, which is a fine facility, don't get me wrong. But to pitch here and toe the slab at Petco Park, good for him.
Yeah, in his 3 seasons with the Toreros, he was 26-8, had an ERA of 2.94. 2.94 in college baseball, limited bats.
That's good. Really good.
He was a 2-time finalist for the Golden Spikes Award, which really is the equivalent of the Heisman in college baseball. Highest draft pick ever in school history, 4th overall in the first round in 08. That's down the left field side in foul territory. Tejada under it, nearing the stands. And Hairston fouls out. So Mattis does navigate the first, which has been an issue for him. And after an inning, no score. This Sunday is Father's Day, and with your Padres, they host the Orioles at 105. Kids 14 and younger receive a Padres glove presented by Scripps and stay after the game to play catch on the field. Get your tickets today at Padres.com. We have the actual mitts right here, baby. Get the leather going.
Love the mitts.
Got the Padre blue color going.
How many times can somebody say, you know what, I'm going to a big league ball game. After the game, I'm going to be playing catch with my dad on the field.
On the field. That's the one of the great parts about this.
That's where dreams happen, and that's something you remember for the rest of your life. Sweet mitt.
Leaving a miss by center fielder Adam Jones. Another San Diegan. Out of Morris High School. You know, this is a guy that Tony Gwynn recruited heavily. Graduated from Morris in June 2003, but then he was a first-round pick by Seattle. And when you're a first-round pick, the money involved, and that's hard to pass up. So he did not go to school at San Diego State. He wound up pursuing pro ball at that point. He was a pitcher shortstop, really, in high school.
Yeah.
Seattle moved him from shortstop to the outfield in 2005 and won a Gold Glove in the outfield last year. That is the first strikeout for LeBlanc.
Good fastball away. And look at Adam Jones as his body. Look, that's all upper body and trying to reach on the outside part of the plate. If he makes contact with that, it's a weak fly ball the opposite way. His body was totally out of the equation. All arms, it looked like.
Catcher Matt Wieters. I was talking about him in the last half inning. Is one of the top young catchers out there. Don't let the numbers fool you. The .230 average. The guy who just turned 24 on May 21st. He only had 169 minor league games of experience, which is the fewest of any active catcher in the major leagues. So he got up there in a hurry. Guy who played his college ball at Georgia Tech. And let's face it, you know, catcher's the most demanding position on the field, is it not?
Absolutely. You got to swing that lumber. You have to strap on that gear and know your pitching staff.
Strike three on the outside corner, and another fastball from Wade LeBlanc.
Well, did you see the sequence of pitches there to Wieters? He started the at-bat off with a big looping curveball for a strike. Now, when the hitter has that in the back of his mind, the old looper about 68 miles an hour, and then you freeze him with the fastball at 85. Yep, just watch it go on by. Nothing you can do there. But that's a lot of pressure to elaborate what you're talking about, Wieters. Coming to the big leagues with a few at-bats and then try to be successful at the big league level.
A lot of responsibility, especially for a young guy. He's a veteran guy, Julio Lugo. Now he's 34 years old. Came up with the Astros. Traded over to the Orioles from the Cardinals. Lugo really had his best day as an Oriole on Wednesday up in San Francisco. Had a season high 3 hits against the Giants. His first multi-RBI game of the year as well, though Orioles dropped 2 of 3 in San Francisco.
Well, the thing about Lugo is that Juan Samuel can plug him in the infield, middle of the infield, shortstop, second base. But like I said earlier, there are some guys in this lineup that are going to get long in the tooth there. Storis has been around a while. Lugo's been around a while. Wigginton's getting up there. Tejada, of course.
You have Garrett Atkins on the bench.
Yep. But things haven't panned out for Atkins the way the Orioles had hoped.
Yeah, they signed him as a free agent after his days in Colorado last offseason, and he's been riding the pine primarily the last month. Breaking ball back to the mound. And the block throws out Lugo. Wade has now retired the last 4 in a row. Torrealba, Headley, and Hairston coming up. And we cruise into the bottom of the second. No score. Orioles and Padres. And the first game of this 3-game interleague series for Petco Park. And Yorby Torrealba leads off for San Diego. 1-1 outside from Brian Mattis. No word yet on any appeal for Torrealba on the 3-game suspension. At least that's the word that was passed out prior to the game tonight. They have not actually filed an appeal as of yet. So I know your beat and the Padres, of course, would like to get that reduced.
Sure, but you know what, though, with the way things are going now in Major League Baseball, they want to stop that and stop that now. So they're going to go pretty hard after guys.
Out of play right side.
I mean, anytime you make contact with an umpire, whether inadvertently, on purpose, you're in for trouble.
The ejection on Monday night from plate umpire Larry Vanover. So you don't really like his odds of getting that reduced?
With the way that Major League Baseball goes about their business and the way they want to stop that, good luck. And I'm just looking at it objectively.
Mm-hmm. Well, he has the right to appeal, so
absolutely.
It doesn't hurt to try.
It's part of the process, sure.
back to the mound, and Mattis snares it and throws him out. One gone to the Padres' second.
You know, we talked about Brian Mattis pitching at the University of San Diego. You know, there's a little nugget in the Orioles press notes. Brian Mattis has lost as many games, 9 in 21 outings for Baltimore, as he did his entire collegiate career at USD. That's in 48 outings, 45 starts for the lefty.
Yeah, he lost only 8 times in college in 3 seasons.
And he's a great kid as well. Had a chance to meet him a couple times at USD banquets when he was there as a Torero.
He was the West Coast Conference Pitcher of the Year, led the NCAA in strikeouts his final season with the Toreros. In fact, tied the school's single game record with 17 strikeouts in a victory over Harvard. Where's Paul DePodesta on that one? He struck out 18 Crimson, or 17.
Wow.
The alma mater of Paul DePodesta. Two and two on Chase. Batting right-handed at 198 on the season. Takes down low. 306 from the left side. So Mattis, who went to a 3-ball count on every hitter in the first. 3-ball count here and fouled back, keeping it at 3-2.
I think one of the objectives of the Padre hitters this evening, and Randy Reddy probably told the hitters, you have to try to take Mattis up the center of the diamond in the opposite way. You try to pull that guy, and it's going to be a ground ball to third, a ground ball to short, weak fly balls on the infield.
Soft liner right at Julio Lugo. Now took it to the center of the diamond, but not hit all that hard, and Lugo cheating a step or two up the middle. Base is empty for shortstop Jerry Hairston. '50th start for Jerry, and 40 of those have come at short. Everett Cabrera, again, prior to batting practice today, ran the bases full speed. It looks like he will start a rehab assignment, speaking of Cabrera, on Monday, most likely with AAA Portland.
He looked pretty good out there. I remember we were doing some work in the booth here, and Everett was busting out of the box nicely.
Didn't have the stopwatch on it, but he was getting around the bases pretty well.
Oh, yeah. And Nick Hundley was out early, throwing down to second base, working on some footwork and techniques from behind the dish. Here's jolly old St. Nick.
And the other health note to report is Kyle Blanks is coming back from Portland because the elbow is sore. So head athletic trainer Todd Hutchison is going to take a look at it. And there's Kyle, who's now come back. I guess silver lining, he's going to be here for his bobblehead night tomorrow, but that's the bad thing is the elbow evidently has gotten sore, so they said, hey, let's bring you back down here and take a look at it in person. So for now, the rehab assignment has been put on hold.
And you know, we know that Kyle Blanks is a tough kid, right? I mean, how long is that elbow hurting him before he kind of says something? And you know, because he wants to be in the lineup.
Went up after it, and Jerry breaks his bat. A fly ball shallow right. Markakis calls off Lugo. So the Padres go in order, and now Mattis has set down the last 4 he's faced. Petco Park tomorrow night as your Padres take on the Orioles at 5:35. And the first 25,000 fans take home the Kyle Blinks bobblehead presented by Bank of America. And get your tickets at Padres.com and save. Is Turris, first pitch swinging, hits it hard and deep left center field. Denorfia and Hairston back, and on the run, Denorfia not far from the 401 mark, chases it down. One pitch, one out in the Orioles' third. Is Turris, who has not hit one out of the ballpark yet this year, had a pretty good bid towards one of the deeper parts of the ballpark.
Not tonight, Cesar. Sorry, but they've got a guy by the name of Chris Denorfia out there who has shown he can come in on the ball nicely, take away the sinking liner, and he pulls the parachute and makes that one look a little easy in left center field.
First big league at bat here for Brian Mattis. He's a left-handed hitter as well as thrower. That's a strike on the inner half.
How about Brian Mattis going with the number in the teens, 17? You don't see that too often.
You do not.
A left-hander that I remember, number 17, Bob Ojeda. Remember Bobby Ojeda?
Oh, sure. Chops the breaking ball up the middle. Eck in front of the bag, gathers and throws him out by a step. Not a bad hack there for Mattis in his first career major league at bat. And chopped that curveball right over the mound. But Eck throws him out.
Also getting down the line nicely.
Yeah, he's got some decent wheels for a big man. We're going to visit with his college coach Rich Hill here shortly. Rich Hill, that is, shortly. Who's here at the ball game tonight.
And Corey Patterson pulling the veteran move, giving his pitcher plenty of time to go back in the dugout and possibly get a drink of water, put on a jacket. Give him a little bit of a rest before he goes out there next half inning.
We breaking ball up high for ball one to Patterson, who began the game, and flying to the center field of Denorfia. Corey Patterson lost a 6-game hitting streak in their final game at San Francisco. Well, Patterson was signed to a minor league deal by the Orioles back on April 20th when Felix Pie got hurt. Patterson had been with the Mariners in spring training, was able to opt out of that deal, and then the Orioles called him up from AAA on May 13th. He was tearing up AAA, was hitting .368. And the Orioles demoted Nolan Reimold and called up Patterson at that time. And Patterson is back with the Orioles, his second stint, also some time with him in 06 and 07. He bounces it out to Eck. That's now 7 in a row set down by LeBlanc. of San Diego County. Stop by and check out the latest offers on a brand new Honda Accord. And Cox high-speed internet. Ready for higher speed? Go to Cox.com. Let's look at sunset on this Friday night. We come back inside Petco Park, home half of the third, and the 8, 9, and 1 hitters for the Padres in this scoreless game. And first pitch swinging, Aaron Cunningham fouls it out of play right side. Great to have you with us. And Rich Hill, head coach, USD Toreros is here. I knew you weren't going to miss this game.
No way, man. No way. Just seeing Brian trot out of the dugout, you know, I was down there with his parents, Mike and Liz. I just kind of start to laugh, you know. It's like I knew this kid in high school and wearing flip-flops and jeans, and there he is at Petco Park, and, man, I couldn't be proud of him.
Rich, being a college coach, first and foremost, your job is to win a national championship. But secondly, to see progress from one of your pupils make it to the big leagues must be gratifying as well.
Well, I tell you, Mark, you know, you being such a huge proponent of college baseball, you know what it's all about. And, you know, I think first and foremost, my job is an educator, you know, at USD. And, you know, to see a guy like Brian, to bring him in and to watch the social maturity, as well as the physical development of this guy, as well as all of our young people, it's extremely gratifying, and that's what we're in this business for. It's awesome.
Cunningham, a rip and a miss, and he strikes out. That's the first strikeout of this game for Mattis. Well, let's take a...
Did he have this fastball at USD, Rich?
Yeah, you know, it seemed like he had a little more movement at USD on that. And
well, that leads me to my question. What would it be if you were to say something that Brian Mattis did not have when he came to be a Torero that he developed later on in his collegiate career as a pitcher?
You know, Mark, his first outing was against the University of Texas, and that was the weekend in 06 that we swept, you know, number one Texas, and really vaulted us onto the national stage. Brian Mattis' first pitch went to the backstop. It was Nuke LaLoosh, man. and then he settled down, and it was boom, boom, boom. I think fastball command, Mark, to answer your question, you know, it really, really improved over the course of 3 years. He developed a cut fastball under Eric Valenzuela, who was a great pitching coach for us. You know, but his signature changeup, you know, that thing was just filthy, man. It had a little parachute on the back of that thing. And, you know, he had 4 pitches for strikes at the college level. And, you know, he dominated there. And obviously he's got a great future here.
I know what his ERA was at UST. What was his grade point average? And the reason why I asked that is because you're a huge proponent of these young men excelling in the classroom as well.
Mark, his GPA was higher than his ERA. I know that.
Which is a good thing.
It's just a good thing if you're a college student.
LeBlanc hits it down the left field side, a foul. Well, I was looking at your face, Rich, when Mark Grant said, hey, Rich, I know your job first and foremost is to win a national championship. And then I looked at Mark and thought it was like name tag Kai, hi, athletic director. Not too much pressure, but you guys have a great program and a great thing going on over there.
Mark, yeah, it's been, you know, pretty special, you know, these last few years. This decade, really. We've been to the NCAA tournament 6 out of the 9, 6 out of the last 9 years. And you were calling one of the games, you know,
right.
we hooked Cal State Fullerton.
I was trying to think of that because Mattis was pitching for USD. You guys were in the regional at Fullerton. It was Fullerton, USD, St. Louis, and Fresno State.
Fresno State.
So I think Fresno State won the national championship the next year?
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. And, you know, they were our nemesis in the NCAA tournament there for a couple years. But you're right. Hey, we've won the WCC championship 3 out of the last 4 years, 5 out of the last 9. This year, we set the record for conference winning percentage. And we had 10 guys drafted, another record, you know. So it's been a great run at USD, and we give a lot of credit to Mark Grant.
Oh, please.
Because he's the MC of our fundraising banquet, Mark.
That's a good time.
Oh, it's fun, isn't it?
It's a great time. Beautiful campus, great people. You know what's unique about, and I've never done banquets at other universities, but the families that come with their kids, they're there for their boys, and it seems like, it doesn't seem like a big college, you know, small fish in a big pond. It's a small knit atmosphere with a family attitude. That's exactly what it feels like.
Well, it's very consistent with what USD is all about, you know, from our professors, from our administration, to our president, you know, to our culture in the baseball program. It's family oriented. It's all about developing young people. And, that's just, I think, what separates us from some of these other huge BCS universities. We get the big-time baseball atmosphere, with the unbelievable education and that family-like atmosphere, too. So it's a pretty special place. You're right.
Full count on Eck with 2 down here in the San Diego third, visiting with Rich Hill, the USD Torero head coach, and that's out of play right side. Mattis has fanned the first 2 in this inning, and now battling Eckstein, who has been the toughest hitter to strike out in Major League Baseball this season, fanning only once every 24 plate appearances. And another 3-2 from the left-hander. And a fly foul down the left field side. Rich, hard to envision when you recruited this young man that he would be a first-round pick, and now here at Petco Park.
Here he is. We have another guy like that, local boy, Tony Walters, out, from Rancho Buena Vista. Same deal, was drafted, in the Major League draft, has a decision to make. We hope he'll follow the same path that Brian Mattis did.
By the shortstop is Turris, and Eck has the first Padre hit.
But Tony, is going to be a great player also, and a lot of the local people here in San Diego, know him. It's very similar to Brian. Brian's parents are sitting down here, and they turned down 7 figures out of high school, to get the college education, to get the social maturity, the physical development. And 3 years later, these guys, you're looking at Matt Wieters, you're looking at Chase Headley, David Eckstein, Nick Hundley, Chris Young. The things that college can do for these young people are amazing, and Brian Mattis is the poster boy, for that.
Pedorfia grounded out to third, his first time up. And a wave and a miss. The Mattis off speed pitch.
Okay, Rich Hill.
Speed delivery, huh?
Cambio?
Yeah, big time.
You get fired up, don't you?
I love it, man. I just love seeing his face right there. He can throw that changeup, boy.
The one thing that I have noticed about it, and this is the first time I've seen him pitch in person since seeing him in college, is that his poise, whether it's at Yankee Stadium, at Camden Yards, here, regardless of the situation, his poise is incredible for a young pitcher.
Well, it just goes back to his character and what a great person he is, what a great young man he is. He's always been that way, extremely humble, and his work ethic is off the chart. And when people were talking about making him the #1 overall pick, that's what they really get into. Is his character, work ethic, and his makeup, and it really is second to none. And that's above all. He's got 4 pitches that are filthy, but his makeup is going to allow him to be a major leaguer for a long time.
3-1 pitch, runner on the move, Eck, and it's fouled back and out of play.
I think he had that one stolen. Another 3-2 count for Mattis.
Yeah, he has gone deep in the count.
5th time that Brian has gone full.
7 of the 11 hitters, he's gone to a 3-ball count, and as a result, the pitch count up at 62 here. 2 2/3 innings deep. Eck will be on the move again, and another foul down the third base side.
How's the recruiting class look for 2011, Rich?
Hey, Mark. Again, it was nationally ranked.
#1, right? 1 or 2?
In some publications, it was #1. I think that August 15th, which is the Major League Baseball signing deadline, will tell all.
Well, your young man Mattis fans 3 here in the inning, and we want to thank you for stopping up, Rich Hill.
You guys are great. You guys are awesome, and fans of San Diego know what a treasure.
Part of the order up for the Orioles in the fourth. Tejada, Markakis, and Wigginton. First pitch swinging, broken bat, and looped out into left center field. And Tejada has the second hit of the game for Baltimore. Leadoff fourth inning hit. That ends a string of 7 in a row retired by Wade LeBlanc. There's Markakis, who has the other Orioles hit when he singled to left in the first inning. All one just off the outside corner. Markakis has been hot, hitting over 400 in his last 7. He's gotten his average on the season back up over the 300 mark.
Once again, another lefty on lefty situation. Markakis starts with that front side open, and then he squares up as the pitch is coming plateward. One of the successes he has is trying to take the ball the other way. He runs well as well, so hitting the ball on the ground works to his advantage.
There's a strike from LeBlanc.
Plus, he's got a lot of pop in that bat as well. I mean, you've been to Camden Yards, right?
Yes.
Ball jumps out of that place now. '20 home run a year guy.
On the ground, right side. Tejada will stop at second. Markakis has his second hit, and now the Orioles have 2 on, nobody out. So 2 balls, neither one hit all that hard. But LeBlanc will face the cleanup hitter with 2 men on, nobody out.
Off the end of the bat, and clearly that ball, if taken, would be a ball, and Markakis just happens to find a hole on the right side. Just out of the diving reach of David Eckstein. You would hope that one of those baseballs is struck right at one of your teammates. Doesn't seem to be the case here in the fourth.
Wigginton takes a high strike. Wigginton lined out a low liner that was caught by Headley in the first. Wigginton was not in the lineup on Wednesday at San Francisco. The first time he had been out of the Orioles lineup since April 13th, just getting a day off. And that's into center for a base hit. Tejada around third. Denorfia comes up throwing. The throw hits the back of the mound, and Karam's up the line. And Tejada scores the first run of the game. Markakis down to second, and Wigginton has his team leading 39th run batted in.
I thought they had a chance at Tejada as this ball was hit towards center field. Once again, off the end of the bat, out of the strike zone. Wigginton going up the center of the diamond, and then the race is on. Denorfia's throw, trying to get the 35-year-old, and it hits the bump. No chance on that one. Well, that's one of the risks you take, throwing it in from the outfield, especially from center field. You've got that mound to contend with. Either try to make it there on the fly or try to hit before the mound, but then it doesn't get to home plate as quickly as you'd like.
Yeah, that's a long skip if you bounce it before the mound. That's a rip and a miss by Adam Jones. Well, the Padres playing from behind now here in the fourth. 3 consecutive singles for Baltimore. And Adam Jones, a strikeout victim in the second. Behind 0-2.
Swinging at ball 2, huh? Ball 1 and ball 2. Getting a little anxious there with that runner in scoring position. This pitch is up and away. Is it a strike? According to Trax, just off the outside part of the strike zone.
Jones pops it up on the first base side, and Adrian into foul territory to make the catch. And with a changeup, Jones fouls out for the first out of the inning.
Hey, if a guy's going to swing at ball 1 and ball 2, you know he's going to swing at ball 3, right? This changeup from LeBlanc, if taken, that ball is well off the plate. So not really a good at-bat for Adam Jones.
And it'll send up the switch hitting catcher, Matt Wieters.
How sweet does that sound? Switch hitting catcher. You talk about the quickest way to make it to the big leagues. I think as a pitcher, I mean, that's pretty darn good route, quick route to the big leagues.
Henley, Eck in the dirt. Adrian scoops it. Well, a LeBlanc changeup to Wieters out in front of it, and it turns into a 5-4-3 double play.
And a Henley changeup to Eckstein on the turn.
Eck got it to Adrian. Orioles do get one in the fourth. Time to send your favorite Padres to the 2010 All-Star Game, and you can receive 20% off of 2-for-1 Padres tickets when you vote online at least 25 times at Padres.com. Remember to vote early and often for your San Diego Padres at Padres.com. Vote early, vote often. Sounds like your hometown of
Chicago.
Yeah.
Sure.
Adrian leading off the home half of the fourth, and a fastball from Mattis is strike one.
Okay, how does 18 and 48 sound to you? Tough year, isn't it?
It does.
Because I'm going somewhere with this.
Which is the Orioles record that you just
Right.
mentioned. 18 wins, 48 losses.
Oh.
And against the shift, rolls it softly into left. And Tejada sees it roll to Patterson. How about that from Adrian? Taking what they give him.
I didn't think,
on to begin the fourth.
I didn't think that ball was going to reach the outfield grass the way that it was struck off that bat down by the fists. And what's funny about this whole thing, there's nobody in your picture except Mattis, and then you can see Tejada trying to make a grab at it. No chance. Look at the umpire. See umpire Jerry Crawford at third base just kind of, it's almost like giggling at that ball as it went through the infield.
Jerry Crawford had the best chance to make a play on that ball.
But anyway, 18 and 48. In 1987, I was traded to the Padres from the Giants July 4th. And I found out, talking about the club that year, at one point the Padres in 1987 were 12 and 42.
Ouch, babe. Appeal, and he went around his first base umpire, Scott Berry. Look from the side says.
There's that changeup we were talking about from Madison.
Yeah,
I think he went.
Yes.
But that's a third of the season, 12-42. You're on pace to win 36 games that year.
Back to the box. They get Adrian and close, safe at first. I'll tell you what. I'd like to take a look at that one again. Hairston on the play at first called safe. In real time, I thought they may have turned 2 here.
Yeah, this was a good turn, or a good feed, I should say, by Mattis at second base. I thought he had him. Yeah, he's out. So the Padres catch a break. Look, you know what? Look, Scotty with the hamstring, right? It looked like he kind of pulled up a little bit there. It really didn't extend.
You're right.
You know, guys extend towards the bag. Right. He kind of shortened. I don't want to say he shortened, slowed down, but he just didn't get that good leg stride like a lot of guys do in that last effort towards the bag.
Right. So he's on with a fielder's choice with 1 out. So instead of turning 2, it allows Toriyama to bat with a man on base or hit one back to the mound his first time. But back to your point, you've got to really try to only win 36 games in a baseball season.
Unbelievable, yeah. And the Padres that year, 1987, finished up at 65 in 97, avoiding a 100-loss season.
So they had a much better second half.
Exactly.
And a wave and a miss. Well, the Orioles right now at 18-48 come in having lost 5 of 6. They've lost 17 of 20 and 24 of their last 30. They started the season 1-2. In fact, it was Mattis who won the 3rd game of the season, beating Tampa Bay Rays. In fact, Mike Ekstrom took the loss in that game, former Padre.
Yeah.
And then the bottom falls out. Orioles lose their next 9. They start 2-16, but then they went 10-8 from there, and since then they've lost 24 of their last 30. Check on Scotty at first. Broken bat back to the mound. Mattis a little low with his throw, but they still turn 2. Well, they didn't get the call in turning 2 earlier in the inning. And this time they do turn. A 1-4-3 twin killing.
Pregame recap brought to you by Murray Lamper Construction. Home remodeling to fit your needs and your budget with the Murray Lamper Construction Design Build Package. Get online and visit murraylampert.com. Marco?
Looks like we got a little marine layer building in there over Point Loma tonight.
Fog.
Huh?
It's called fog.
Well, okay.
See the
What are you, a meteorologist now?
The hoi polloi term is marine layer.
Hoi polloi. You've been watching the Stooges again, haven't you?
Being from the Midwest, ladies and gentlemen, that's fog.
We headed to the top of the fifth. Bottom three up for the Orioles. Lugo is Turris and the pitcher Mattis. Orioles leading on a Ty Wigginton RBI base hit. Lugo bounced back to the mound his first time up. Headley, even with the bag at third, was guarding the line, but steps off the line a few more steps. There's Chase. And a little closer to the bag.
You know what I neglected to mention last half inning, talking about the bad start this year for the Orioles? Who can ever forget the start in 1988, 0-21?
That's the worst start in history.
That is a tough hole to dig out of.
2-2 after that last changeup.
How about LeBlanc? Call him what you want, but that was a nice big league changeup at 2-1 to go 2-2. Fastball in here.
Shook off one time, so the 2-2. And got the fastball fouled away.
But it was good location as well.
Lugo guides it foul out of play to the right after the 75-mile-per-hour changeup.
So he's gone soft on him, go hard inside with the fastball, and now another changeup.
Soft away, and a full count. So 3-2 on Lugo, leading off the Baltimore fifth inning. And Wade's first walk. So the leadoff man is aboard for the second consecutive inning after Wade had retired the leadoff hitter in each of the first 3 innings tonight.
Well, the running game also is something that has not worked well this year for Baltimore. They are ranked 11th in the American League. You know, you look at all the categories for the Orioles offensively. Runs, 14th last. 10th in hits. 13th in total bases. They're just not getting on base.
His Turris fly to deep center field his first time up. A switch hitter who is homerless on the season. Batting .221. Token toss over there to chase back Lugo, who has swiped 3 bases and been caught 4 times. Over below, ball 1, and that's going to send Torrealba out to the mound.
Well, what do you think, Mark? Do you think Wade LeBlanc is doing a lot of off-speed stuff? It really hasn't pounded the strike zone with his fastball as much. Now, when I've seen LeBlanc being successful, it's locating the fastball like a lot of pitchers. We heard Rich Hill talk about Brian Mattis learning how to locate the fastball, right? Well, to me, tonight it looks like Wade LeBlanc is throwing a lot of off-speed stuff.
Lugo takes off. It's a fastball inside. Throw to second, not in time. And there's the forced steal for Lugo.
Yeah, I think that was one of those moves where Lugo just went off the first move of LeBlanc. And absolutely, as soon as that leg kicked up into the air, Lugo was off and running.
But now a 3-0 count on his Turris. Nobody out here in the fifth. With the pitcher spot up next, and now taking off for third, and it skips by into left field, and Lugo will trot home. Now wait a second here. Wait a moment. Plate umpire Chris Guccione is calling the hitter is Turris for making contact, creating contact, obstructing Torrealba here, and out comes Juan Samuel for an explanation.
You see Chris Guccione pointing at the batter's box, probably talking about where Turris was in the box. Oh, let's take another look. Off goes the runner. Okay, the action that they're talking about, you can see Chase Headley point. He moved right into him. You know what? He clearly moved right into him. Chase Headley was all over it. He was out of the box. If he stays in the box, you're good, right?
Correct.
If he stays planted as a batter in the box, he's good.
Catcher has to move around it.
He moved out of the box. Torrealba has that avenue. That's his right to go out. He'll move behind the hitter, but the hitter moves with him out of the box. Therefore,
so the hitter is out, and Lugo is going to have to go back to second. That's what the end result of this is going to be. So Turris will be out 2 unassisted. And Lugo has to go back to second. So it's still a 1-0 game.
And you score that, like you said, 2 unassisted because the closest defender to the hitter was the catcher.
Correct. So Mattis, the pitcher, swinging at the high one, and it's strike one. That could be a huge play in this game right here.
Absolutely.
And looking like for a moment it's going to be 2-0, and now it's still 1-0 and a chance for LeBlanc to try to limit the damage here in this inning.
Now, what did we learn there as a hitter? If you're a hitter and you're in that situation,
you just stay right in the batter's box.
Stay put. Because in your batter's box, that's your batter's box. He could have moved to the back corner as long as he stayed in there.
But as soon as he steps out.
Right, because it's the catcher's job to get out of the way of the hitter if he stays in the box to work around that hitter to make a good throw. Since Lugo came out of the box, his Turris that is, since he came out of the box and got in the way of Torrealba, that's where he gets banged. So hold your ground, I guess, right?
Correct.
As a hitter.
His Turris in many ways was being too kind there, trying to get out of the way. Just if he sits still or stand still. That does not occur. The 1-2 pitch, and Mattis slaps it foul. And the way the baseball rules are written, that's quite a penalty for the hitter. Because he's the one that's retired. With the only action of the hitter at the plate being the contact with the catcher. It's not like he had any action with the bat itself. It was the contact with the hitter. Now that's bounced to the right side softly. Adrian will take that himself. Lugo does advance to third, where he will be stationed now with 2 away. Zach and Adrian talking, and then the topic may very well be the unusual play we have witnessed in this inning.
Right. Well, remember this. When a fielder hinders a base runner,
Gary Allenson, the third base coach, and Jerry Crawford.
A lot of people get this confused, and I get it confused as well. When a fielder hinders a base runner,
obstruction.
That's obstruction.
The other way around, it's interference.
And I tell you what, there's baseball people all around talking about it because it's tough to get them straight at times.
And Patterson on one hop to Adrian, 3 unassisted to win the inning, and LeBlanc and the Padres get out of the fifth without allowing a run. Now it's time for True Baseball Stories, brought to you by Farmers Insurance. To find a Farmers and agent, call 1-800-FARMERS or visit farmers.com, because ready feels good. And on this date, June 18th, in 2001, Cal Ripken Jr. announces he will retire at the end of the season. And Hall of Famer Cal Ripken helped redefine the shortstop position while playing, of course, every day along the way. He broke Lou Gehrig's consecutive game streak before ending his own streak at 2-6-3-2.
Unbelievable. 19-time All-Star, 2 MVPs for Cal Ripken Jr. The Iron Man himself. You know, when Lou Gehrig had that streak, I remember hearing audio of Mel Allen saying, you know what, nobody's ever going to break that. Well, Cal Ripken Jr. did.
Not that I could have faulted Mel Allen for saying that.
Oh, I would have said it too.
In
Absolutely.
the 30s.
Thank goodness for Wally Pipp, huh?
Did you ever look at Wally Pipp's numbers? He's a pretty good player.
Yeah, he was.
Bounces away, Headley leading off.
Wally Pipp was the guy who went to Miller Huggins, right? The manager at the time for the Yankees.
Got a day off, and Gehrig took over, and the rest is history.
Skip, I'm not feeling that good today. I think I need a day off. Okay, let's see. Gehrig, go in and play first base.
Fouled away right side. Of course, what I think Cal, you know who I think right along with him now, but with these two franchises?
Lenny Cicada.
No.
Who?
Tony
Gwynn.
Going into the Hall of Fame together.
That's right. What a great class, huh?
Yeah. The two guys have spent their entire careers.
You know,
franchise.
You're right. Timing couldn't have been any better.
Tomahawk Sad on one hop to his Turris. High throw, but Wigginton down on the bag and one away in the San Diego fifth.
Timing could not have been better as we take a look at Mr. Padre Tony Gwynn. Because some classes are 3 guys, 4 guys, and then the Veterans Committee votes in, 1 or 2 guys. So it might be as many as 5. But to have Cal Ripken Jr., as you said, one time, one team, Orioles, and then Tony
going together. It was perfect, for those two guys to go in together. Jerry Hairston 0 for 1 tonight. In fact, the Padres have only 2 hits, and let me correct myself. They have 3, and will this be their first extra base hit? Jones unable to cut it off, and Jerry will take the turn, but stop at second. It'll go as a straight 2-base hit for Hairston, his 7th double of the season. Had Jones come up with that cleanly in left center field, perhaps he had a chance to get Jerry at second, but when it skipped by, no shot.
But Jerry having the whole play in front of him in left center field, Jones has got to go to his right. As we take a look, good swing, puts a good swing on a good topspin. He's got to catch that ball. If he catches it cleanly, stop in his tracks because his momentum's going away, and then fire a seed to second base. I think it would have been a tough play.
Yeah, his chances probably weren't good to put all that together.
Right.
But that's a Gold Glover now. Adam Jones, who won it last year. First Orioles outfielder since Paul Blair to win a Gold Glove. Just missing low to Aaron Cunningham. A strikeout victim in the third. One of 3 strikeouts for Mattis tonight. Well, the Padres have the tying run in scoring position with 1 out in the 5th. The 2-0 to Cunningham. Fouled back. Had a pretty good rip at that fastball.
Hey, Wally Pipp played 15 years in the big leagues.
And check out the numbers.
He batted .281, career .281 hitter.
Not bad.
No.
He played with the Reds at the end of his career, right?
Detroit for 1 year. New York for 10, 11 years, and then finished up with the Red Legs.
Check swing and a ball up high.
Good hitter's count for Aaron Cunningham. And remember, he hit a changeup out the other night.
For his grand slam.
Yep.
First Padre to ever have a grand slam as his first hit.
Mattis might be thinking changeup here. Oh, fastball in.
Do you think that ball had a chance to get out? The changeup Cunningham hit the other night?
When he hit it,
I didn't think it had
after
a
the
chance to
fact,
get out.
I said, no, I didn't think that ball was going to get out.
Sometimes it's odd, the balls that do carry out of this ballpark. That I thought was one of them. But what a nice one to go out at that time, for sure. Here's a 3-2 pitch.
That looked like a changeup there.
Here is the granny from the other night against the Jays.
He went down and got it.
Vernon Wells ran out of room, and Cunningham grand slam. He's now 3 for 10 as a Padre. Check swing foul. Came hard in on him again.
That's the location of the fastball that Coach Rich Hill was talking about, that Brian Mattis has gotten better at and developed when he was at USD. Look at the glove of Wieters, and look at where the fastball is. So that's tough to get that bat head out in front when you've seen soft away.
Isn't that the most difficult thing for a lefty to come in on a righty,
sure,
and a righty on a lefty, the flip side? The way that time it fouled out of play.
Well, you know, if you work on that consistently, it should become second nature to do that. I mean, I think early in a guy's career, you know, how many times at Little League, Pony League, high school, you face a left-handed hitter if you're a righty? There aren't that many.
Yeah, you're right. Not many times.
And then when the time comes, the lefty comes up, it's like foreign to you because you're not used to it. But I think as a lefty facing a righty, I think that down and in should be a pitch that you should master early on because there are so many right-handed hitters.
Back up the middle, diving stop is Turris. He won't have a play.
Saved the run.
He did. He'll keep Hairston at third. Cunningham with an infield hit, and the Padres have runners at the corners with one out.
Well, there's so much going on there. As you take a look, it's a changeup. It's Sturis. He stops it, right? Saves a run. Cunningham, take that back, rather Hairston getting help from Glenn Hoffman at third base, not to overrun the bag. That's where the third base coach comes into play.
Is Turris enough of a veteran, and he could zip one over to third base and catch it around in the bag there? Well, LeBlanc, who has been the best hitting Padres pitcher, as they say, with a chance to help himself here. Had a couple of good hacks his first time up, but did wind up striking out. Orioles leading 1-0. They scored in the fourth on an RBI base hit by Ty Wigginton. There's Hairston, the tying run at third. Breaking ball down low. First pitch curveball for Mattis.
Yeah.
Mattis' next pitch will be his 90th of the night. And now, safety squeeze. Bunted in the air and caught by Wieters. Hairston stays at third. Again, it wasn't the suicide squeeze, but the safety, and LeBlanc pops out. Now LeBlanc, primarily they're just looking to get the runner from first down to second, and if it's a good enough bunt, you know, maybe Hairston can try and score.
Right. Yeah, I think
but popping it up kills all the strategy.
Absolutely.
There.
I think you're right. I think his main objective was just to get that bunt down, to get that runner to second base. You know, the corners were crashing. You've got Mattis coming in there. Try to get second and third with 2 outs, and then the top of the order.
Ball one down low to Eckstein. David has one of the 4 Padre hits. was single his last time up. The fastball is high. Double by Hairston with one out. Cunningham an infield hit. First and third, 2 away. And out of the shallow left center, the shortstop is Torres there to make the catch. So the Padres strand 2 and have now left 4. And at the end of 5, it remains Baltimore 1, the Padres nothing. Elise negotiate well. We look at downtown on this Friday night. Mark Neely with Mark Grant, and terrific to have you along with us as well. 1-0 Orioles, top of the 6th. Part of the order up for Baltimore. Tejada, Markakis, and Wigginton. Tejada, first pitch swing and rips it into center field. His second hit. He has scored the game's only run, and he is aboard to begin the 6th. Well, Tejada is on. Well, we talked about Ripken's streak. Tejada had a pretty significant consecutive game streak of his own, which actually was ended here at Petco June 20th of 07. Doug Brocail broke Tejada's wrist with this pitch. The injury would lead to the end of the streak. He did extend it the next day by starting and bunting in the first inning, but then sat out the next game. And he played 1,152 games, but it was ended in June of 2007.
That's a pretty good streak.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what amazes me about the Ripken streak?
How many years, decades it would take to get there?
Year even 2 or 3.
Right. He's playing every game.
Earl Weaver's saying, hey, kid, I'm going to give you a day off. You know what I'm saying?
It just didn't happen. All those little fluky things that could have happened.
Right. Sunday day game. Hey, we had an extra inning game on Saturday night. Hey, Cal, we're going to give you the night off. It never happened. All the aches and plays, especially being a shortstop.
Markakis takes in the dirt, blocked by Torrealba. Well, the Orioles saying they want a veteran manager. I wonder how many Orioles fans are saying, call Earl Weaver. Call the Hall of Famer.
Yeah. I mean, you know, when you're tagged with the interim tag, that's got to be tough for Juan Samuel as well, doesn't it?
It is. If you're Juan, don't you ask, hey, is there anything I can do that would take the interim tag away? That's a rip foul down the first base side. Because Dave Tremblay, the previous manager, had the interim tag. In fact, the first games for Tremblay were actually here in San Diego back in June of 2007. Eventually, Tremblay had the interim tag removed. Remember Dave Tremblay? He actually managed in the Padres organization at AA Texas League Wichita in '93. Late swing and fouled off the glove of Torrealba. You know, Tremblay was one of the rare guys to manage in Major League history that never actually played pro ball in the majors or the minor leagues.
Right. I think, isn't the other guy Carlos Tosca?
Well, there's been 8 in history, and ironically 2 were managing this year, and they've both been fired. You know, one was Tremblay, and the other was Trey Hillman of the Royals. He never played in the minor leagues or the major leagues. And Tremblay was one as well. Back towards the mound. Hairston to Gonzo. 1-6-3, and that's the second double play turned by the Padres tonight.
A perfect strike to second base. You know, pitchers are noted for throwing strikes at the plate. Well, Wade LeBlanc throws a perfect shoulder high strike to Jerry Hairston Jr. at shortstop to complete the 1-6-3.
57th double play the Padres have turned. You know, I wonder if Ted Turner's on that list. You know, he managed one game.
Oh, that's right. As a
for the
Braves,
Braves,
when he was owner. Yep.
Then they made a rule that owners can't manage their own teams.
And then you think of Connie Mack. Remember, he owned...
yeah, for years and years, and he managed for like 50 years.
That's right.
Yeah. Wigginton has knocked in the only run of this game, a single to center in the 4th. It's off the outside corner. Cornelius McGillicuddy? Is that his actual
Connie
real name?
Mack.
Connie
Yep.
Mack?
Hey, you know what I'm wondering would be a consideration for managing the Orioles?
You going to throw another name out there?
How about a guy like Rick Dempsey? He caught many years. A lot of catchers become big league managers.
Oh, a ton. High and fouled on the left field side.
How about John Lowenstein? Tonight, let it be Lowenstein.
He was involved in their TV broadcast for a number of years, I think.
Yes, he was.
It's a 3-2 pitch. Went up after it and got under it and fouled it back. Well, you wonder just how close the Orioles are to getting back, because I don't want to say expectations were high this year, but certainly Oriole fans expected more than what they've seen this year. And no question the injuries have played a big part. Sharply grounded and out of reach with Hairston diving to his left.
Hey, you know who else never played in the, but ended up managing in the big leagues?
Got another name?
Remember John Bowles?
Oh, right, yeah.
Marlins.
We managed in Florida for a while.
Yeah.
Right. Well, Juan Samuel was a 3-time NL All-Star during his 16-year Major League career. He was the 1984 runner-up for National League Rookie of the Year. And you remember who the 84 Rookie of the Year was in the NL?
84. Dwight Gooden?
Dwight Gooden. Nicely done. Because I was about to say, the guy whose name has been coming up more and more was Steven Strasburg's success.
Oh, yeah. Well, Dr. K, they're calling him now, right?
Adam Jones being more patient here. First couple of times up, a strikeout in the second, fouled out in the 4th, fouled out on an 0-2 pitch, and really LeBlanc had been getting him to chase pitches out of the zone, but now counted his favor at 2-0. Three and nothing. There's a strike from LeBlanc. Morse High School. 37th overall pick out of Morse High School in 2003 was Adam Jones.
I think Mark McLemore went to Morse High School as well.
Yeah. He and Mac have had a friendship going for many years as a result of that. Just the second Orioles outfielder to win a Gold Glove. I mentioned Paul Blair, the other. Paul Blair won 8 Gold Gloves between 67 and 75.
Oh, yeah, he could run them down now.
Oh. And Adam is the first Oriole to win a Gold Glove, period, since Mike Mussina in '99. Obviously on the pitching side. With the runner going on 3-2, Jones fouls it.
Hey, do you think Cal Ripken Jr. would take the managerial job?
You know, that's an interesting question. Because
doesn't he want
I asked that question directly. I was around Ben McDonald this past weekend, a former Orioles pitcher, and I asked that directly, and he said if there's anybody that the Orioles would give it to, not necessarily this time around, but maybe eventually, could be Cal, and that's to deep right field, but still plenty of room for Cunningham. Couple of hits, but a double play helped out LeBlanc. Brought to you by Fan Diego, your energy savings expert. For locations, visit fandiego.com. For ceiling fans, go to Fan Diego. And that beautiful lady in the middle, Bertha Amavista, is the grandmother of Robbie Amavista, who works in our truck.
Oh, nice. Robbie's a good egg.
Absolutely.
I have no idea what he does, but he's fun to be around.
He works with tapes and stuff, man. Yeah. That's what they do in the truck.
Cassette tapes, 8-track tapes.
8-track. You got the Foster Brooks 8-track. You know, Denorfia leading off, heart of the order. They have Mattis, who's pitched well, but nearing the 100 pitch mark now at 96.
And I was just going to say, the third time around now for San Diego, so maybe they know what Mattis has in that bag of tricks.
Chopper foul up the third base line.
Well, only 4 hits for San Diego off of Mattis. You know, another thing is to get into that bullpen of Baltimore, because the Baltimore Oriole bullpen hasn't been really fooling a lot of major league hitters.
Right side and through. Lugo. A little sliding stop there. And Denorfia has a leadoff base hit. Tonight's leaderboard brought to you by Los Primos Mexican Food, 18 Southern California locations, home of the monster burrito, highest team ERAs this season. Orioles are actually last in the American League, as you can see there. There are 3 National League teams with higher ERAs: Arizona, the Pirates, and Brewers. But they have not allowed a run to this point tonight. Adrian has reached twice, a walk and a single. The runner takes off. The pitch, a ball, throw to second, and a head-first slide to Norfia has his second steal. Norfia wasting no time. It was a fastball. Wieters had a pretty good pitch to throw there.
Absolutely. It was a fastball on the shortstop side of second base, and Norfia slides in with another King Stallman stolen base.
Well, the tying run in scoring position, nobody out.
Well,
Mattis into Adrian.
Mattis can be very careful against Adrian. We know that Adrian, the numbers he's been putting up, hitting left-handed pitching.
And hitting .315 against lefties. Coming in, Adrian. Hitting better against lefties than righties.
Yeah.
Fouled away left side. Adrian used the off day yesterday to make the trip up to Los Angeles and the Staples Center to watch the Lakers win their title.
Nice.
Maybe some Lakers can come down here in October and watch Adrian win on the field.
I like the sound of that.
Two-one pitch. Center field. Jones has it met. No! Overran it, reached back, couldn't get it. Here comes DeNorfia racing for the plate. He'll score and tie this game. Well, Jones kind of cruised back, and then it looked like he just overran the ball and reached back and missed it.
You know, that ball was hit so hard off the bat of Adrian. You know, what type of spin it had on it? Was it knuckling? But you're right. He wasn't even close to getting to that one. He was playing it like it was going to be towards left field. That ball ended up on the center field side of Jones. Still nobody out.
So it goes as an RBI double for Adrian to tie this game with a Gold Glove outfielder, Adam Jones. Had an issue on that drive hit by Adrian. I think you could read his lips there. What happened to that ball there? Talking with the left fielder, Corey Patterson.
Yeah.
He got fooled somehow there.
I mean, that wasn't even close.
Well, our Doing More on Defense play brought to you by the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. That's the power of Home Depot. He just overran it.
Yeah, it's either that or I don't know what type of spin that ball had on it. But my goodness, a break for San Diego because that guy's the Gold Glover out there now. Well, Rick Kranitz, the pitching coach of the Orioles, having a little visit with Brian Mattis.
Mattis at 102 pitches as he delivers to Scott Hairston. And the dirt ball one. Highest pitch count for Mattis this season has been 117, and that was 2 starts ago against the Red Sox. Softly left side, barehanded Tejada makes a good play to get Hairston, but Adrian does advance to third with the potential go-ahead run with 1 out. So Hairston is able to advance the runner despite a ground ball to the left side.
And once again, I think maybe the hamstring, Scott Hairston really not extending himself. Once again, choppy steps to
Short
first
and
base.
choppier, don't they?
Not really. You see, right there is where you see the guys extend, which actually I think slows you down. That last extension, when you go up in the air and try to leap,
kind of reach for the base.
Yeah, rather than running through the bag like Scott just did there.
Well, there's Torrealba with the Orioles infield in, and a first pitch strike call on a high curveball. Beat in the second, bounce back to the mound, and in the fourth, grounded into a 1-4-3 inning-ending double play. Right side caught. Lugo to his left, infield in, and Lugo 2 or 3 hard steps to his left, and Torrealba, who's been so good in these situations, runner in scoring position, couldn't punch it through the right side there.
That sound, the changeup off the end of the bat. Mattis making a good pitch, and you would think that with the infield drawn in, it cuts down the angle. Just couldn't find that hole on the right side.
Third baseman Chase Headley takes inside ball 1. Chase lined out to Lugo at second in the second inning, and in the fifth grounded out to short. Padres have tied it up here in the sixth, have Adrian the go-ahead run at third with 2 down. Floats into the inside corner. A strike call on the breaking ball. A fastball now at 88 on his 109th pitch, fouled back. And he began with the Denorfia base hit. He stole second and scored on Adrian's double, which Adam Jones had an issue with out in center field. 110 pitches. Second most that Mattis has ever thrown in a start. Coming back towards the screen readers, but it's out of play.
And it takes that one pitch, that one mistake that the Padres are hoping for. Maybe Chase Headley can lay into one. Either break the tie, or a little bit more would be nice.
Smothered by Wieters. 2-2. Well, no doubt, though, what we have seen from the former Torero, Mattis, certainly why he was drafted so highly a couple of years ago.
Oh, yeah. He can pitch now. He knows exactly what he's doing out there. He's got a great idea. Once again, it goes to show you don't have to throw hard to be successful at this level. That ball's right down the dish. And Chase Headley having a tough time squaring it up, right? Well, it's all the other stuff. The curveball, the changeup in the dirt. The fastball up and in.
Another 2-2. Breaking ball strikes out Headley.
Oh, that looked like a curveball or a slider.
Padres do tie it up, and it's 1-1 after 6. To you by Subway. $5 footlongs taste like a fortune, but they're still just $5. So many favorites like blazing buffalo chicken. $5 all day, every day. Subway, eat fresh. And by Cox Advanced TV. Ready for more choices? Go to Cox.com. Glad to have you with us tonight. Mark Neely and Mark Grant from Petco Park. Game 1 of this 3-game series. Padres and Orioles, and Wade LeBlanc pitches here into the 7th in a 1-1 game. Oh, send up the 6, 7, and 8 hitters. And the catcher leads off. Matt Wieters to right field. Cunningham towards the line and near the short porch on the track. Makes the catch near the 322 mark.
Hey, we've got ourselves a pitcher's duel. You got to love that.
Well, we've probably seen the last of Mattis, who's well up over 100 pitches, but we'll see if the O's bullpen continues his fine work. Wade has been more economical pitch count-wise than the O's starter, though the Padre bullpen does have Lou Gregerson up. Lugo walked his last plate appearance in the 5th, stole second, then was involved in that weird batter's interference play on his Turris when Lugo was trying to steal third. The throw went into the outfield, and Lugo got up and scored what looked to be the second Orioles run, but plate umpire Chris Guccione called out his Turris for the interference, and Lugo back to second. They wound up being stranded at third in that inning. Kept it a 1-0 game. Padres would tie it in the just completed bottom of the 6th. A high strike for LeBlanc. Instead of 3-0, 2-1. Lugo shortens up and takes strike 2.
A free strike, thank you very much. Just pounds the strike zone there. Now he's in the hole. I should say it even at 2-2, but still with 2 strikes. He'll expand the strike zone once in a while. Something soft away here.
Change up. Strikes out Lugo. The third strikeout for LeBlanc in his first since the second when he got Jones and Wieters back to back.
That is a doozy of a changeup. Down the center of the plate, but down by the top of the ankles. Great arm action from Wade.
Framed by Torrealba. Ball 1 to his Turris. Torres' fly to deep center was out 2 unassisted on the batter's interference in his last at bat. Gets jammed, floats it out to shallow left, and that's going to drop in between the Hairston brothers.
Really knocked the tar out of that one, huh? That was down below the label, just above the fist, and the fastball. He tried to jam him on the inside part of the plate. Look at the location of this pitch. Did you see Asturis? He was fighting it off like he was trying to get out of the way. He didn't even want to look at it. It was so ugly.
Well, brings up the pitcher's spot. Garrett Atkins has been announced as the pinch hitter, so here comes Bud Black. Gregerson ready in the bullpen, and it looks like Wade LeBlanc's night may indeed be finished at this juncture. And there's the call to the pen.
Hey, he did a nice job tonight.
So 6 2/3 for LeBlanc. This pitching change is brought to you by the Mark Condos. Breaking member growth. Make your move and open an account today.
Well, Luke Gregerson, look at the numbers. They speak for themselves. Only 2 walks in 34-plus innings. Opponent's only hitting 121, and it's all about the slider. There's been some nice write-ups recently about Luke Gregerson.
And getting some national pub, and well-deserved.
Absolutely. You know, the starters, the closers, they get all the love. It's understandable. But when a 7th inning guy or an 8th inning guy starts to get national recognition, it's definitely well-deserved for Luke Gregerson.
Well, they had announced Atkins is the pinch hitter, so Juan Samuel, after Gregerson comes in, now is going to counter and hit for Atkins with Luke Scott. So he'll bring in a left-handed bat. The veteran Scott. Orioles have his Turris at first, 2 down. And Scott batting here in the pitcher spot. So Mattis threw after 6 solid innings tonight. Just the 1 run on 6 Padre hits. And really, if not for the misjudged ball in center field, Mattis goes 6 scoreless innings tonight.
Well, this guy loves the fastball. He's got that fastball type of swing. He's got this type of swing with one thing in mind, but he's got to deal with the Gregerson slider and the Gregerson changeup and the fastball that he just threw right there.
Out in front of the slider there.
See that slider clocked at 84 and it was up and away and it didn't have that tilt. Like, that's because it wasn't down. If Luke keeps that ball down, it's a different story.
Check on his Turris. Over 25,000 paid tonight. 25,167 at Petco on this Friday night. The opener of this 3-game series with the Orioles. Down and away to Luke Scott. 2 balls and a strike. Luke Scott, who will turn 32 next week. Most of his big league career spent with Houston and then traded to the Orioles in the Miguel Tejada deal before the 08 season. That was a lot better slider there.
Wow. Did you see the tilt on that one? You know, usually if you're looking at a clock, a slider is going to go from like 2 to 8. That's a 12 to 6 break on the slider. Straight down, short, tight tilt on that pitch from Luke. So which Luke will win the war here? Scott or Gregerson?
High fly down the right field side. This is near the line and foul.
Well, when you have a left-handed hitter and you've got a righty who throws that slider down and in, there's that danger zone to where he can just drop the head of the bat. And luckily for Luke Gregerson, Luke Scott catches this one just a little bit out in front. Actually, that ball was belt buckle high right down the middle.
Pinch hitter Luke Scott. A 2-2 pitch from Luke Gregerson. Just off the outside corner. A full count, but now will allow his Torres to get a running start from first.
Well, that last pitch was a backdoor slider. He tried to backdoor it. I thought it was off the plate a little bit.
Gonzo playing behind the runner as Torres will be off with this 3-2 pitch. Couldn't hang on. Oh, Scott's still alive.
See Torrealba's reaction after not hanging on to that one. That was a good pitch, too.
Almost had it.
Just couldn't hang on. Slider.
Another chance for the pinch hitter, Luke Scott. As Torres singled with 2 outs. That was the last hitter that LeBlanc faced. Got him. Gregerson slider fans the pinch hitter Scott, and his Torres stranded. The O's have now left 4. Time to stretch at Petco. Tomorrow, Saturday, June 19th, from noon to 3 for Kaiser Permanente and Cox Kids Foundation's free bike helmet giveaway. Kids 12 and under will be fitted for a free bike helmet. That's tomorrow. Into the home half of the 7th, and the Orioles go to their bullpen. Right-hander Jason Birkin appearing for the 21st time into the Orioles bullpen. Well, face the bottom 3 in the Padre order. Jerry Hairston, Aaron Cunningham, and then the pitcher spot is due up third. Jerry with a double in the 5th that he took to left center, fly to right his first time, and Birkin's first pitch is ball 1, a 92-mile-per-hour fastball outside. 1 run, 7 hits for the O's, a run, 6 hits for the Padres. Each team has stranded 5, and that's foul past third. Orioles scored in the 4th. A Ty Wigginton RBI single to center scored Tejada. And the Padres tied it in the 6th. Gonzalez doubled to center, scoring Denorfia. That is up and in to Hairston. Jason Birkin, a 6', 210-pound right-hander. Played his college ball at Clemson. Ground ball to short, and his Turris has time to throw out Hairston, 1 out.
Well, Birkin features a fastball, slider, curve, and a change. Look at his fastball up there about 94. He'll two-seam it. He'll four-seam it. Clemson Tiger, huh?
Indeed. A guy who was a starting pitcher last year. Birkin made 24 appearances, all as a starter, was 6-12 with a 6.5 ERA. He did win 4 of his final 5 decisions last season. Perkins 0-2. And he dispatches a Cunningham. 2 away. And that's going to bring up the pinch hitter, Will Venable. Stay tuned for the Sequan Casino postgame show immediately following the game right here on Channel 4 San Diego. Sequan Casino, San Diego's vacation getaway. It's Jenny Cavnar, Bob Scanlon postgame tonight. Venable bats for Gregerson. Rick Kranitz, the pitching coach, makes a visit.
Little scouting report from the pitching coach for the Baltimore Orioles. Well, Rick Kranitz been around a long time. I remember Rick was the minor league coordinator for the pitching coordinator for the Chicago Cubs back in the mid-90s. Been in this game a long time.
Pitching coach for the Marlins a few years ago in 06 and 07. Then he came over here and replaced Leo Mazzoni. A 2 down, bases empty. Venable. Next to the fastball strike. Venable ropes it to right. There's a base hit. I think he waited on an off-speed pitch. And a 2-out single for William.
You're absolutely right. We talked about the repertoire out of the hand of Birkin. Fastball, slider, change, curve. That looked like a curveball. Had that big loop in a 12-6 break from the right-hander.
Back to the top of the order at second baseman David Eckstein.
How about, I was going to say second pitch.
That he's going?
Yeah.
And don't rule out the delayed steal with who's been proficient at that. But
well, Birkin and the Orioles are thinking right along with us. You know, although Eck likes to take that first pitch a lot, make the pitcher work.
Those 12 steals for Venable are a team high. On 1. Long look down to Glenn Hoffman at third. Let's see if Mud's prediction may come true here.
Throw over.
You were right on that prediction. You sticking with your previous one, though?
No, I think he's going to be going. Look, he just flash looked down to second base. Just kind of maybe psychologically seeing how it's clear down there. Oh.
Short right near the line. Markakis, though, Calls it in. The 2-out pinch hit single by Venable. He's stranded. Pods have now left a half dozen tonight. Each team as we go to the top of the 8th. And let's check our Coors Light Freeze Cam, brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. And this was a big play on the batter's interference in the 5th with his Turris at the plate. Lugo trying to steal third.
Well, Lugo, if he were to stay in the box, he would have been okay. Torrealba would have to work behind the hitter. The hitter gets banged. The runner goes back. That is a huge break for San Diego because that would have been a run.
And would have made it a 2-0 game at that point.
Well, who knows? It might not have been a run. Maybe Torrealba would have gotten a better throw off as he comes back in the dugout and talks to manager Bud Black about it.
So Torrealba was explaining, I kind of got the top of his batting helmet, and then Chris Guccione called it. Good thing for the Padres. Mike Adams now in the game for San Diego. The top of the order is up for the Orioles. It sails high, ball 1 to Corey Patterson. High strike, 1-1. Patterson skies it left center, and Denorfia meanders over to haul it in. Patterson the first down of the 8th.
It's nice to have guys like Adams, Gregerson out of that bullpen. I know we talked a little bit. I think it's something you can't talk about enough.
And of course, Heath at the back end. You know who really, and Bud talked about this in his dugout chatter tonight, one of the unsung guys right now, Ryan Webb.
Hey, he's going to be a good one. He's going to. Did you ever see? You looked at the numbers, obviously, that Webb has put up. Under the radar, he's a great arm out of that Padre bullpen.
Well, they've lowered his arm slot, and that fastball's got a lot more life on it. And as a result, his number is significantly better. Well, this is the part of the order here, 2, 3, and 4. As you look at Ryan Webb there in the Padre bullpen. Done some great work. But this is the section, Tejada, Markakis, and Wigginton that really have done the damage tonight. If damage is the right word in a 1-1 game.
6 hits combined.
Right. 2 for Tejada, 2 for Markakis and Wigginton. 6 of the 7 as Torres has the other hit for the Orioles, and that came with 2 outs in the 7th. Tejada scored the Orioles run back in the 4th on a Wigginton hit. Inside, 2 balls and a strike. Well, the Dodgers lost tonight at Fenway to the Red Sox 10-6. By the way, Manny Ramirez received a very warm reception tonight from what I saw from the Red Sox crowd on his return to Boston.
Well, look what he did when he was in a Red Sox uniform.
Yeah.
You know?
Did win a couple of World Series.
Yep.
On the ground out to short, and Jerry taking his time, throws out Tejada. 2 away. Fortunately for the Padres, though, the Red Sox did win that game 10-6. So at the moment, the Padres back at first by a half game. So that is a good thing. Let's see if the Padres do something about it here at Petco Park in this 1-1 game in the 8th. The Giants beaten by Toronto. That's another good thing.
Yep.
So right now, at the moment, the Giants a game back. Ball 1 is low to Markakis.
Well, for the Padres, next half inning in the 8th, 2, 3, 4 in the order.
By the way, the Rockies did win tonight. They're playing the lone National League game, beat the Brewers 2-0. Rockies started tonight 4 games back. I don't want to forget the Rockies because they still scare me.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember seeing them earlier in the year in Colorado. And I know it was early in the year, but they had the whole package working.
2-0. Markakis chops it out to Eck. Yeah, that's a nice inning for Mike Adams. 3 up, 3 down. Sets him down in order, and now the Pods indeed have the heart of the order coming up in the bottom half. The freedom to choose with the Padres Pick 6 plan. Each Pick 6 plan includes 6 games of your choosing, as well as your choice of 2 free hot dogs and soft drink vouchers, or a ticket to the MLB Fan Fest. Call 619-795-5555 for your Padres Pick 6 plan today. Out of the order, Denorfia, Adrian Gonzalez, Scott Hairston, 2, 3, and 4 in the Padres 8th. Orioles 1, Padres 1. Orioles scored in the 4th, Padres in the 6th.
Well, Mark Neely, as we watch Chris Denorfia swing the bat. Oh, look who's on deck. The lefty, Adrian Gonzalez. And what do the Orioles have going? They've got their lefty, Will Ullman, heating up in the bullpen. There's Will Ullman.
And next to him, just out of frame, they have a right-hander, Alfredo Simon, getting loose. There is Simon. And Orpheus single leading off the sixth, stole second and scored on the Adrian Gonzalez double, the ball that Adam Jones misjudged in center. Bouncy ball towards the middle, and Lugo able to cut it off, slings the first. One gone, and Adrian will bat with the bases empty, and here comes Juan Samuel. It looks like he wants his left-hander Holman. This pitching change is brought to you by San Diego Harley-Davidson. Always country first.
Out of the bullpen. There's two of them down there for Juan Samuel. Trying to find some notes here on Will Ullman. So please.
Hendrickson, by the way, would be the other lefty
right
you're referring to.
Just basically a two-pitch pitcher. Fastball and slider. Situational left-hander out of that bullpen. He was their closer at one time. With the way things were going for the Orioles, you know, they were going to experiment with not only just one guy, but maybe a couple or two, three guys.
Adrian, though, in his career has taken Ullman deep one time. Ullman has spent most of his big league time with the Cubs, a little with Atlanta, and just some with the Dodgers last year. He pours in a 3-0 strike. Ullman went to spring training this year with the Orioles as a non-roster invitee. Made the club, and he's tied for the American League lead in appearances now, making his 34th.
Oh, that's a pitch there that we've seen Adrian take the opposite way out of the yard. And I think, did you see the reaction by Adrian as he walked out? Look at that. Belt buckle high. That catches outer third of the plate. Adrian knows on that last pitch, it should be 2-1 San Diego.
He walks on 3-2. And Adrian on base for a fourth time. We got a right-handed hitter, Hairston, Scott Hairston, coming up, and Juan Samuel will come out of the dugout, and Ullman will face the one batter and call it a night. So Alfredo Simon will become the 4th Orioles pitcher of this game. This pitching change is brought to you by the Mark Condos. Eighth, and new pitcher for the Orioles. And our pitching profile brought to you by Mission Federal Credit Union, your winning team for service and savings. Check out our great car loan rates today, and it's Alfredo Simon.
Alfredo Simon, closer, he just was activated from the DL. Fastball, split, cutter, and a curve. 94-97 on that heater.
As you mentioned, off the DL on Wednesday. Was on for about 3 weeks with a left hamstring strain. Through an inning on Wednesday at San Francisco, allowed a run on 2 hits in his return from the DL. He inherits Adrian at first. 1 out and a 1-1 game in the bottom of the 8th. Strike on the outside corner to Scotty.
A little generous there, maybe?
Close.
Yeah.
Took him a moment to make the call, Chris Guccione.
Well, here's the little nugget. The pen for the Baltimore Orioles, they're ranked 12th in the American League. 22nd majors with a 4.68 ERA. Just to give you a little ranking number there to put it all in perspective and quantify the numbers.
Simone, 6'5", 260 pounds from the Dominican Republic. Foul back this way. Simone missed most of last season after Tommy John surgery.
Boy, guys are bouncing back from that quicker and quicker, aren't they?
Yeah, he had the surgery May 5th of last year.
That's unbelievable.
And Scott goes up and chases one and strikes out.
Well, I don't think that was by design. Simone wanted to go down and away. Wieters was set up down and away, and it's a high fastball, and a lot of guys with some pop and sock in that bat, they like to go after that high fastball. By the time it's up and on you, it's by you. Well out of the strike zone.
Torrealba 0 for 3. Connects and fouls it away to the right. Lined out to second his last time up in the 6th. That came with the go-ahead run in scoring position. He also rolled into a double play in the 4th and grounded out back to the mound his first time up in the 2nd. Simone bringing it up there.
Yeah.
$25,000 paid tonight here at Petco Park on this Friday night.
Homemade sign, love it. It's from the heart. You gotta love that. She wants a Padre victory. Padres looking for that one big hit. Get this crowd into it.
Just off that outside corner.
Good action on that off-speed pitch. See how this ball comes back? Looks like it catches the outside. That's that split-finger fastball.
He went around. So Simone comes in and strikes out Toriyama on the split. And Simone fans too. We're going to the ninth, tied at 1. They stand up to cancer by signing the Stand Up to Cancer wall at Petco Park. You can also purchase a Padres Stand Up to Cancer patch at the Padres store or online. 100% of your patch purchase will go directly to cancer research. Visit Padres.com/SU2C to make a donation and learn how you can stand up to cancer. Being that it's home at Petco Park, this is how Bud likes to play it in a tie game of the ninth. He brings on Heath Bell.
Yeah, the save is out the window because now the only way the Padres can win is obviously in the bottom of the ninth. They wouldn't need Heath Bell or an extra innings as a walk-off. So you see the numbers for Heath Bell. Last time out for Heath was a couple days ago against those Jays of Toronto. Third of an inning. Couple of runs. But back in the saddle tonight.
Heath to face the middle of the order. Wigginton, Jones, and Wieters. Curveball, strike one. Wigginton has been a tough out tonight. Lined out to third his first time up, and since then drove in the Orioles run in the fourth with a single to center, and in the sixth singled past the shortstop Hairston. 94, Heat up high. Bell has followed Adams, Gregerson, and the starter LeBlanc to the hill tonight for San Diego. Back to the screen. Who's going to get the big hit late here in game 1 of this series? Game 2 tomorrow. Don't forget, 5:35 start time. Kevin Millwood goes for the Orioles. He is 0-8 this season. But it's still Kevin Millwood. Good pitcher. Breaking ball down low. Clayton Richard will go for the Padres tomorrow. And then a rookie, Jake Arrieta, will go for the Orioles on Sunday in the 105 game. All Arrieta has done in his first 2 starts is win both, beating the Yankees and Giants, and he'll go against John Garland Sunday afternoon. It has expanded to a full count on Wigington leading off the top of the 9th. Curveball just outside. Wigington takes it, and he walks to begin the inning. 3-2 curveball, which we've seen from Heath numerous times.
Well, he's not afraid to throw it. You know, a lot of people might be asking, well, why not challenge him with a fastball? You know, that's a pretty darn good pitch after slowing it down a little bit. A, how do you lay off that? And 2, where's the call?
Adam Jones takes a strike on the outside corner at the fastball as he shortened up.
That fastball looked like it was worse than the curveball. And you know what? Honestly, there's umpires who get fooled. I'm not saying he was fooled. Guccione was fooled. There are some times when umpires get caught by surprise as well.
Once the curveball, Adrian has to hurry to first with Eck covering. The sacrifice goes 3-4, and Wigington the go-ahead run into scoring position. 1 out.
You know, that was a good bunt, especially on the hard curveball from Keith Bell. That's a tough pitch to bunt now. Jones does a fine job.
Catcher Matt Wieters. Fly to right his last time is also fanned and rolled into a double play. Strike 1 on the fastball.
Infielders got to knock everything down, dive at everything, grounder to your right, grounder to your left. You don't necessarily have to come up cleanly and get that out at first base if that's the case, but prevent that runner from rounding third and scoring.
Switch hitting Wieters, his average not much different from either side of the plate, a little better left-handed than right. Torrealba framed that fastball hoping to get a call.
No, that ball's in. I thought that was inside.
Pitch track backing you up on that.
Yeah.
Two and two. Orioles and Padres tied at 1, top of the 9th.
Look at the old left-hander. He can't get that baseball out of his hand. It's almost like he wants to grip that baseball and flip some of that breaking stuff up there that he used to have. He had a firm fastball now as well.
2-2 pitch. Fastball.
Nice.
And backing up the shortstop, Jerry Hairston, called off by his brother Scott. You like that fastball up there?
I like the location because look at Torrealba. He's up out of the crouch. He wanted it in a little bit more, but the elevation of that pitch was exactly where Heath wanted it, and we just couldn't get that top hand on it. Underneath it, easy fly ball to the left. Nicely done, Heater.
Lugo will be the hitter. He reached to the 5th with the base on balls. Fanned his last time in the 7th. Also has a stolen base, and again was involved in that play in the 5th with the batter's interference. That's a big play in this game. Curve, strike one. Curve, a little looper at the left. In comes Hairston. Scotty can't hang on. In comes Wigginton with the go-ahead run. RBI single for Lugo, and it's 2-1 Orioles. Man, for a moment it looked like Scott had it, and then at the last moment, after he hit the ground, it popped out.
And that's the play. That's exactly what Scott wanted to do. You have to lay out for that. What a great effort. Big swing off the end of the bat. I'm not sure what Scott's first move was, but he is sprinting. Oh, you know what? He hit the fingers.
The edge of the glove.
Yeah, the small finger part of the glove. The glove, he actually kind of, I don't want to say overran it, but you could see where the glove hits the ball. Oh.
Ball hit the top of the mitt.
Yeah, what a great effort by Scott.
The Orioles have scored here in the ninth to take the lead. Torres with a single in his last at bat. 1 out of 3. A 1-run lead for Baltimore. The Orioles, despite being 30 games under 500 coming in, are 9-10 in 1-run games this year. So they've actually been okay in the tight games this year. Looking at the Padre night, they're going to trail it by at least a run and have the 6, 7, and 8 part of the order up. Headley, Jerry Hairston, and Aaron Cunningham. Available on the bench, one left-handed bat in Tony Gwynn, a switch hitter Zawadzki, Lindley and Salazar from the right side. Pitcher spot is due up 4th in the inning. Yeah, the leadoff walk on that very close pitch to Wigginton.
Yeah.
Big play in this inning. Big pitch in this inning. Laced foul into the seats behind the Oriole third base dugout. Torres backs out. Runner going, and Torrealba spikes it out in front of the plate.
Somebody better call third.
Correct. That's the end of the inning. So Torrealba was just trying to hang on to it and lost the grip on it. So it turns into a giggle for Torrealba, but the Orioles get the go-ahead run in the top of the ninth. Bottom of the ninth inning, the Orioles leading the Padres 2-1 with the 6, 7, and 8 part of the order up for the Padres. Third baseman Chase Headley leading off. It's the new Orioles hurler. Trying to close it out is right-hander David Hernandez.
Well, I mentioned earlier how Simone was their closer at one time. Will Ullman was their closer at one time. Well, recently it's been Hernandez. Fastball, curve, and a change. Hard thrower, 95 to 96 on the fastball. Started the year in the rotation. Ever since he's been in the bullpen, he's done quite well.
Three 3-0.
Wow, 51 innings, 32 walks for Hernandez.
Make it 33.
Ball four and a dandy.
And the leadoff man is on in the ninth. Hernandez, who has 2 saves.
You see Lugo come in and talk to Hernandez. He was like, come on. I mean, I don't know exactly what he said, but the way he was talking to Hernandez was like, come on, let's go now. Fire strikes. Make them earn their way on. Make them hit it to one of us. We'll get you out of this.
Hernandez, a 25-year-old, a Californian, born in Sacramento, lives in Elk Grove. What a check on Chase. He doubled in the fifth. He's also flied out and grounded out. Nahata in on the grass at third, guarding against the bunt, and Jerry shortens up but takes a fastball to 96 for a strike. Hernandez 2 for 2 in save chances. Picked up the save Tuesday in San Francisco. And Jerry swinging 0-2.
How about that pitch? Right down the middle. The belt buckle high.
At 97.
Yeah, check out this pitch again.
It may have been a little above the belt buckle. Right side and through. Henley will stop as Markakis plays it in, and it's 2 on, nobody out in the Padre ninth. Well, Hairston putting it on the ground the other way, and the Padres have the first 2 on in the ninth.
Well, the pitch he fell back to the screen was above the belt buckle. This pitch looks like it's a little higher. And how does he get the top hand on that pitch? Watch the top hand. Get on top of it. Keep it on the ground. That's some kind of nice.
That is a good question. How did he get on top of that ball?
At 96, 97?
Oh, that's unbelievably tough. Well, let's see how the Padres play this. Cunningham at the plate with the pitcher spot due up next. And right now, Tony Gwynn in the on-deck circle.
Got to get him over.
Right.
Absolutely. Get that bunt down, draw the third baseman in, away from that third base bag.
Right at the corners, Cunningham squares, takes a ball, pick off attempt back at second, and knocked down by his Turris.
You talk about taking one to the chest. That's exactly what he had in mind. There is no way Turris is going to let this ball go into center field. He squares up, takes it right on the eye, dots the eye in Baltimore.
That eye will be dotted on his chest in the morning. He'll wear that one.
Nice.
Bunt down. This is going to be a tough play. Save! The throw. Brought Lugo off the bag, and the bases are loaded. Well, Hernandez got to the ball, and then his throw to the foul side, and Lugo came off the base, and they're going to be loaded up for a pinch hitter. It was Gwynn, but now Hundley has come into the on-deck circle.
This bunt is placed perfectly. The backhand off balance, and he works underneath it. It's almost like the same thing throwing a pitch to the home plate. You drop the elbow, you work underneath it. It's up in the zone. It's up in the zone at first base. And the bases are blowing a .08 for the Padres.
Bunt base hit for Cunningham, and it will be Nick Hundley to bat for Bell. Tying run, Headley at third. Winning run, Jerry Hairston on, as is Cunningham. Infield in for the O's. Fouled back. Rally caps on in the bottom of the ninth. Orioles scored in the top half to snap the 1-1 tie. Inside is Hernandez to an off-speed pitch. Out in front of that off-speed pitch. A ball and 2 strikes. Pretty good curveball there from Hernandez. Actually, it was up.
Just you know, it was up just a little bit more than a hanger, and sometimes that works for you.
Neck the on-deck batter. Nick requests time. Leadoff walk to Headley. Hairston single to right. Cunningham a bunt hit. Pinch hitter Nick Hundley here in the ninth. Oh, and a close pitch right near that inside corner.
Well, my initial reaction was this is a strike.
Mine too.
Yeah, good breaking ball.
But Nick still at the plate with a 2-2 count. One out. High fastball, and Hernandez gets the strikeout.
Up the ladder with some authority. Just went right after him.
Top of the order, and David Eckstein. Eck tonight singled in the third. O's keep the infield in. Strike one, inner half. Out of play right side. Padres have not been able to get that big hit tonight. The run they scored in the 6th. Adrian Gonzalez doubled home to Norfield, but a ball that the center fielder Jones misjudged. Oh-2 pitch. Base hit right field. Headley scores. Hairston will be stopped at third, and this game is tied at 2. David Eckstein in the clutch again.
Captain Clutch. Leave it to the captain. Got a little captain in you? You betcha. Look at him take this fastball at about 96. Get on top of it. Get on top of that and spank it the other way nicely with the infield drawn in. Outfield is also drawn in, but you know what? We're knotted up at 2.
Well, Eck had seen 2 fastballs prior to that, each at 98. Got more gas and knocked it through the right side to tie this game up. Now they're loaded with 1 out. And Gwynn's going to bat for Denorfia.
Just a fly ball, gang. Right?
Tony. Looks at strike 1. Well, with Hundley and Gwynn used here in the ninth, Venable used earlier, that leaves Zawatsky and Salazar left on the Padre bench. Ooh, off speed. 0-2, breaking ball.
That is a good curveball from Hernandez.
Bases loaded, 1 out. Adrian on deck. Gwynn asked for time. Had a hack at the 96-mile-per-hour fastball.
Had a good chance to take that pitch down the left field line.
First baseman has it, throw home, and they get the force out. Wigginton on a 1-hopper keeps the game going, getting the force out of Jerry Hairston. Well, Gwynn put it in play with 2 strikes, but hit it on 1-hop right at the Orioles first baseman.
Unbelievable. Boy, Tony gets a breaking ball. Otterham hooks it. And then Wigginton has to reach across his body to prevent that ball going into right field and being a game winner for the Padres. That is a big league play.
Game-saving play by Wigginton at first. Adrian to right, base hit. Here comes the winning run. Cunningham touches the plate, and Adrian Gonzalez with his 3rd hit of the night. The Padres score 2 in the bottom of the ninth. Come back and beat the Orioles 3-2. Adrian wasted no time there. Jumping on the first pitch he sees from Hernandez. And the walk-off hit for Adrian wins it.
Well, we said it in the pregame show that the Orioles aren't playing good baseball right now. The worst record in the majors, and this Padre team shows some late life. No matter if it's a first-place team or a last-place team, this team put together a couple runs here in the ninth, and that spells a Padre victory. That is some kind of nice.
So the Padres answer after the Orioles score a run in the top of the ninth to take a 2-1 lead. Eck and Adrian with RBI hits. Adrian wins it, and the Padres take it 3-2 to take the opener of the series. We'll be back to wrap it up